Viewers and subscribers, this is BVI Channel 1, where we bring you up to speed with what is happening. And I can tell you that APC and INEC have landed into more trouble because it is now double wahala for dead body and the owner of dead body. Outside the election being marred by a lot of manipulations and violence as observed by international community, just as much as it is stated in this video.
The international community failed to credibly use sanctions as a deterrent to violence, and the use of strategic election violence, often along ethnic lines, not only undermined the credibility of the 2023 elections, but will cast a long shadow over future electoral contests. These risks were understood in the lead up to elections, and there were many efforts to mitigate this violence. It is now incumbent on us to reflect on what lessons we have learned. Our program that we deployed in 6 states in partnership with KDI provides some useful insights. We deployed long-term monitors to every LGA in 6 states, 1 state in each region, to provide weekly reports on the electoral context, including election violence and contributing factors. This data was then used to shape activities and interventions of local CSOs and security forces who we felt were best positioned to intervene with key stakeholders in the lead up to elections. As we look back at our efforts and the violence that has occurred for our program, it is a mixed picture. Unfortunately, election violence increased in almost all the states in Nigeria when we compare the last few months of 2022 with the first few months of 2023. In conclusion, we need to be more honest about assessing our efforts to mitigate election violence. We need to seriously address issues of impunity for election violence and for election malfeasance, which creates the conditions for election violence. There also must be accountability, especially for leaders and officials of major political parties who too often get away with using violence and underhanded tactics to gain electoral advantage.
Good. Now, outside this violence and what I can describe as a sham of an election conducted by INEC as witnessed by the world, a shifting of Labour Party on Onuju had come up to throw some light as to what will eventually land INEC chairman in jail, claiming that there was glitches during the election, the presidential election, had been proven to be a hoax.
First of all, the introduction of biometric authentication is a great leap. It was started during the Good Luck era. It started as card reader, that was fingerprint biometric authentication. It has now been upgraded into a bimodal. That means it takes your fingerprints. It also takes your facial recognition. I pray in future it will progressively come to include the iris and plus the body mask, which is exactly what we currently have in our digital passport protocols. It is a very good thing. It had no problem at all. It worked very, very well. The lack of its proper use in the final tabulation is as a consequence of fraudulent manipulations. As you have seen, we have been able to get access to the hosters of the servers, who are, in this case, Amazon Web Services. They do provide the same web servicing services for the U.S. Department of Defense. You will understand the Pentagon will not buy services from a company that does not have that capability to actually defeat all those things that they were saying. Nobody hacked into the servers, as Amazon said before, during, and after the elections. It worked very, very well.
So you're telling us that INEC lied about the fact that their system was hacked, or that the fact that they had issues?
Yes.
So
INEC lied 100%. It was INEC lied, and INEC did that. They were caught unawares. The things were working very well until they were instructed to block the
Why would INEC try to disrupt its own duties, knowing that they had, of course, raised the hopes of every Nigerian? They had a job to do. They made promises. What did INEC stand to gain if, if you, like you said, they lied to Nigerians?
Yes, INEC they were pressurized by politicians to undermine the process, because if you check on the same day, the results for the National Assembly election were politely, progressively uploaded. No problem. Nothing happened to the INEC server. We have gotten that confirmation from those who hosted the server, Amazon Web Services. Nothing happened before, nothing happened during, nothing happened afterwards. If anything happened with the server, we will have known. It was simply a political decision taken by those who saw that the exit polls did not favor what they wanted to have. That was why they were instructed to block the further functioning of the progressive uploading of the presidential election results. That for the National Assembly were properly uploaded. There were no problem, and there is still no problem with all those issues. That's why INEC is having problem. It's not going to be able to get Amazon to admit what Mullah Muhammad said in America. That was a big lie. Nobody hacked into the servers. Nobody was able to hack into anybody's servers. It's very good, and that's why we have today subpoenaed we have subpoenaed the Amazon Web Services, and they are coming to Nigeria to testify that nobody hacked into their server before, during, and after the elections.
Ononuju, in his statement, have stated that they have obtained evidence from the company that actually provided that services, that server services, Amazon Web Services, in the US, and they have, given the evidence that there were no glitches. Don't forget that this same Amazon Web Services are the same people managing the servers of United States Department of Defense. You can understand the kind of company we are talking about. And while America contracted this company, shows in strong term the integrity of this very company and their services. Now the same Nigeria we want turn night into day have come up to tell those who care to listen to their cock and bull story that there were glitches, when they want to steal, they will manufacture all manner of glitches. The glitches that did not affect the Senate and the House of Rep election that happened that same day only happened for the presidential election. But I can tell you, Nigerians, wait for the heat. It's about to blow. And it's going to hit Tinubu and the INEC chairman so hard that after this government of Buhari had gone, something big is about to hit Nigeria. From this court, this tribunal is going to be the turning point that will either make or break this country beyond repair. So the eyes are on the tribunal and the judges are on trial to either uphold Nigeria democracy or send it to abyss. I'm only an advocate bringing you up to speed and giving you heads up onto what to expect from the tribunal. Help me share this video to all Nigerians out there who are keenly following this whole ballot revolution. I can tell you, this revolution is just kickstarting. We've not yet gotten to our destination. I'm only a voice, an advocate for good governance. And I would like to say this, even when P2B becomes president, don't expect magic to happen overnight, because it's going to take some time to clear the mess that both PDP and APC, and over the years, Nigeria had been in a mess. All right. What's your thought about this? Drop it on the comment section. Let it go viral. You know why? So that many Nigerians will know what is up for them. What is loading for them. Please help me share this video. Drop a comment. I want to have your opinion on this. Bye-bye for now.